Hi, and welcome to Plane Legacy. I'm Bill, and today we're taking a look at the AQM-34L Firebee, a jet-powered remotely piloted aircraft that flew low-level photo reconnaissance missions over North Vietnam. It was propelled by a Teledyne Continental J69 turbojet that could produce 1,920 pounds thrust. Originally described as remotely piloted vehicles, or RPVs, the AQM-34L could reach a maximum speed of 645 miles per hour. According to Air Force sources, they had a service ceiling of 50,000 feet and a range of 750 miles. The AQM-34L shown in today's video is said to have flown more than 30 missions over North Vietnam. With the prevalence of drones in today's landscape, I thought some viewers might not be as familiar with their predecessors, such as the one in today's video. The Air Force request for a jet-powered target drone dates back to 1948, with the Ryan AQM Firebee first taking to the air in 1951. The series of unmanned aircraft that followed are described as diverse, simple, easy on the budget, generally successful, and reliable. The Firebee designs were developed by the Ryan Aeronautical Company, which became Teledyne Ryan in 1969. The first Firebee RPV was designated the Q2 in the U.S. Air Force and the KDA in the Navy. An upgraded version went into production in 1960, which was designated the BQM-34A in 1963. Lightweight and having no landing gear, these vehicles could be launched from the ground or a ship with a solid rocket booster, or carried aloft by DC-130 drone controller aircraft. Highly maneuverable, target drones simulated high-speed enemy aircraft conducting complex flight maneuvers to evaluate missile accuracy and pilot gunnery. Effectiveness could be gauged by radar tracking data, onboard devices that could detect hits or the distance for misses, and post-flight visual inspection of damage done to the drone. They were recovered midair or drifted back to Earth after deploying their own parachute. In water landings, they were able to float for an extended period of time. The U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Army all used a variant of the Ryan-built target drone. The AQM-34 series of drones was developed from the unmanned BQM-34A target drones and were known as the Ryan Model 147. The Model 147 was the basic platform developed in the early 1960s and were equipped with a wide array of systems and sensors in numerous variants. They could be modified for a broad range of both high and low altitude reconnaissance and surveillance missions. On one-way mission profiles, they were sent to obtain data on SAM missiles, or used as decoys with either deception jamming or radar-enhancing systems. Many variants were equipped with cameras of varying capability and cost, while one variant was used in 1972 to airdrop propaganda leaflets. The individual variants, equipment carried, and mission types are numerous and really go beyond the scope of this episode. From the available resources, generally, these RPVs featured autonomous navigation for their flight path. Sources describe Firebees being guided to an initial checkpoint, after which an inertial navigation system tracked its position, referencing terrain information to keep it on course. These systems relied on gyroscopes, accelerometers, and analog computers, yet proved reliable in completing the mission. Initially, Model 147 aircraft operated under the code name Firefly, which was later changed to Lightning Bug. They were an effective choice for reconnaissance in heavily contested airspace, since they were unmanned and had a reasonably low radar cross-section for the time. More than 3,400 overflights of North Vietnam, North Korea, and China were conducted by Model 147s between 1964 and 1975, with about an 83% survival rate. They were operated by reconnaissance wings of the Strategic Air Command, deployed by Air Force DC-130s, and recovered by helicopters like the SH-3 and CH-3E. Mid-air retrieval reduced the risk of damage or loss to the craft and its payload compared with the damage that could occur if the RPV struck the ground or water. The Air Force stated they experienced a 97% success rate with mid-air retrieval. The 147S series, including the SC variant we're specifically looking at today, flew low-altitude photo reconnaissance missions in Southeast Asia under the program codename Buffalo Hunter. Nearly half of those missions were flown by the Ryan Model 147 SC variant, which the military would designate as the AQM-34L after 1969. With a length of 29 feet and a 13-foot wingspan, they were optimized for low-altitude maneuverability and equipped with a single camera. The Model 147 SC, which featured an improved Doppler navigation system, is said to have been the most widely produced of all the Model 147S variants. The AQM-34L featured in today's episode can be found at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. The museum states that on August 6, 1972, it was damaged by an SA-2 surface-to-air missile and parachute landed in the South China Sea off the North Vietnamese coast. Although recovered by a U.S. Navy ship, it was further damaged by salt water beyond economical repair. The museum states its nickname, Mr. Ling, was a pun on the last name of Lieutenant Colonel Edwin Ling, who was involved with its early combat missions. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed seeing a forerunner of modern drones, please consider leaving a like for today's episode. You're invited to subscribe to the channel to be notified of upcoming episodes and check out more of the less common aircraft featured on the channel. Please share this episode with your aviation and history-minded friends. Tell us about your involvement with the BQM or AQM drones. Did you know about them before watching today's episode? What impressed you the most about the Firebee drones? I appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time right here on Plane Legacy.